Welcome to Peep This Out Reviews with Ian K.
Stay frosty.
I'm back over at KFC as they finally dropped their version of chicken and waffles on the menu, and after checking it out the other night, I thought I'd go in on the sandwich variant to see what it's all about. So let's set ourselves up to that drive-thru.
Thank you for choosing KFC. How may I help you?
Yes, hi, Peep This Out. Can I go for the chicken and waffles sandwich with a side of Mrs. Butterworth as well?
Okay. Anything else for your order?
That's it.
I have you set at the window.
Great, thanks. Now, I'm kind of surprised they didn't just drizzle Mrs. Butterworth on it to begin with, so this should be pretty interesting with that hot honey sauce. Hey.
Sorry, the filet's gonna be about 7-minute wait.
Okay.
That's fine?
That's cool. Yeah, fresh is always good. Fresh is always good.
Right.
Have you tried the sandwich with the hot honey sauce?
Yeah.
Is it good?
Good.
Good, cool. Looking forward to it. This is probably the earliest I've had Kentucky Fried Chicken, to be honest. First thing in the morning. I don't know, I'm crazy for doing this right now. But it's a waffle, so it's technically breakfast.
Yeah, it's breakfast. Here's the receipt. We'll take your order to the parking lot.
Awesome, thanks.
You're welcome.
All right, we're pulling off to the side because they're making this one fresh. Awesome, thanks so much. Stay frosty now. We'll see ya. Bye. Okay, so what do you say we find some shade so we can get up close and personal with this one? Here we go. Well, I gotta say the picture in the drive-thru doesn't do this one justice. Have a look at the chicken and waffle sandwich with hot honey sauce. And guys, this thing is completely stacked. Look how tall that is off the wrapper. It's kind of ridiculous actually. Looking really nice though. Crispy waffle goodness as always on top. The smell is very strong in my car right now. Let's pop the top, speaking of that. Take a look. We've got a very thick 100% white meat chicken fillet that's breaded up nicely, fried to a crispy golden brown. All the herbs and spices of the kernel, of course, are gonna be infused in that. And it's drizzled with hot honey sauce, and definitely a decent amount of that as well. I still can't get over how thick this is right now. Let's go a little further down, take a look at the bottom. Looks like more goodness there with that hot honey sauce as well. Guys, it smells very sweet. It smells very, very fried. And I gotta say, it definitely looks pretty awesome. Again, very super tall. And just in case, we've got a side of Mrs. Butterworth just for some additional flavor. But again, I am really blown away by how thick this sandwich is right now, guys. This is the all new chicken and waffle sandwich with hot honey sauce here at KFC. Let's peep out this flavor. Crispy, tall, and it smells nice and sweet. Let's dive in. Well, I think this shot should give you an idea of how tall the sandwich is, as if the close-up didn't do that for you already. I don't know how I'm gonna get my mouth around this right now. Let's just give it a shot. This is the all-new chicken and waffle sandwich with hot honey sauce here at KFC. Oh man. Well, that first bite was pretty difficult, but I did get most of it in there, and what I'm tasting right away, guys, is some pretty awesome flavor. It's got a really nice combination of the sweetness of the waffle, which I really like. They really knocked it out of the park the first time with these, and I have to admit the chicken along with it is a very nice combo. Right after those flavors, you immediately get a little bit of the sizzle from the hot honey sauce, which is really standing out nicely. It's not really overpowering the light sweetness of the waffle itself, but it's just a lot to take in the first time. Let's keep going. Man, if any of you saw The Meg this past summer, prepare to open your mouth just as big as that shark and go wide on this one, because it is absolutely a huge mouthful, as you can see. Aside from the height, you're getting lots of tasty goodness, especially with that chicken right there in the middle. And the highlight along with it is most definitely those crispy waffles on the top. They're almost too big for a sandwich like this. I gotta admit, guys, if they were just a little bit thinner, I think it may be just a little bit more enjoyable just to get into it. But as you are getting into it, the flavor is definitely there. That hot honey sauce has the light sizzle, and overall, it's a very nice combination, I have to admit. Hey, and you know what? I'm really glad they included a knife and a fork in a bag with this one, because I think most people are gonna have a hard time biting into this. I mean, guys, the size is just crazy. You're gonna hear that all throughout this review, because there's no way to get around this thing. I can't even get my mouth around this thing, and it's still delicious even though I'm attempting it. Let's keep going again. The crispiness of that coating of the chicken and that waffle is really good. And the actual waffle, like I said, the sweetness is on point. Light flakiness, nice crispy top and bottom, really good. Okay, what do you say we add a little Mrs. Butterworth to the equation? Let's see what that does. Good old Mrs. Butterworth doing her thing. Gotta love the thickness on this one and the fact that it's a name brand syrup. Man, this thing is super messy. We're diving in again. Oh yeah, instantly takes it up. Man, oh my God. I'm in heaven with that bite. Good old Mrs. Butterworth definitely doesn't let me down with this one right now. Imagine the fact that the honey is overtaken by a maple flavor, with some sizzle, and that's exactly what you're getting with this, on top of all the other tastiness that this chicken and waffle sandwich has to offer. That is a crazy combo, guys. I highly recommend that you guys go for a side of Mrs. Butterworth's when you get this right now. Don't get it as is. I mean, if you're gonna do that, fine. If you love the hot honey sauce, I mean, it's not my favorite, but I do like it. But Mrs. Butterworth's completely takes this to a whole new level. A little bit of sizzle with that maple flavor is off the chart. This instantly raises the bar big time. Awesome stuff. Well, I gotta admit, I didn't think I was gonna like this one as much as the waffle basket I reviewed the other night, but I actually do. This is just a way heartier version to have this right now, and with that Mrs. Butterworth's in effect with it, I gotta admit it is pretty awesome. Nothing against the hot honey sauce, it's tasty, but that light sizzle with the maple completely takes this one to a whole new level. Highly recommended overall. It's a little messy to eat, but it's worth the effort, especially trying to get that first bite in, guys, because it gets a little bit easier as you go. It's still a very large sandwich, but a lot of fun to eat, and like I said, the flavor really delivers. Just don't forget to get it with good old Mrs. Butterworth's. You will thank me for it. So as for the overall score, I'm gonna have to give the chicken and waffle sandwich with hot honey sauce and Mrs. Butterworth's a rock solid 9.2 out of 10. I firmly believe that KFC really nailed it the first time out of the gate with these waffles, guys. I have to admit the flavor is really nice on them. They're not too sweet, and they really complement the flavor of the chicken itself. And that's super important because you want that balance. And then when you add the hot honey sauce to it, it adds just enough sizzle and a little bit of additional sweetness to really take it up. But you already know it's Mrs. Butterworth's that really nails it completely. So give it a shot. It is really a pretty awesome sandwich. And like I said, I didn't think I was gonna like it as much as I did, but I'm glad I tried it for you. So hey, now it's your turn. Drop some comments down below. How excited are you to give the fast food version of chicken and waffles a shot over here at KFC? And more importantly, how excited are you to try the sandwich version of it? Drop those comments down below and definitely let me know. And with that said, this is Ian K closing out another episode of Peep This Out, bringing you brand new content every single week here on my channel. So while you stay tuned for the next review coming real soon, in the meantime, stay frosty. Sorry, Wendy's, it's Mrs. Butterworth's that has the Colonel's heart, and mine. All right, guys, until next time, I'll talk to you soon.